Who brings this woman to marry?
I do.
Be seated. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here together to witness and perform the ceremonial union of Richard Hounshell and Janette McCutcheon. I say perform the union because we as witnesses become a part of the ceremony. We can testify to the sanctity and devotion that these two human beings are pledging to one another. We are present to their vows, to their I do's, to their kiss that seals the deal and binds their soul together forever. Now, some of you are undoubtedly wondering why I am performing this ceremony. I have known Richard and Jeanette for a few years. We used to work together. I can assume that I am the only friend of theirs who is an ordained minister. But that is great because I get to perform the great honor of joining these two together in matrimony. Wedding ceremonies, as you might imagine, have an abundance of cultural, religious, and regional wedding traditions. However, almost all include some type of wedding vows, an exchange of rings, and a proclamation of marriage. In traditional Swedish weddings, brides and bridesmaids carry bouquets of foul-smelling weeds to ward off trolls. I like this crowd. Bridesmaids' dresses were once meant to perfectly match the bride's dress in order to give evil spirits only a 1 in 5 chance, or a 1 in 2 chance in this instance, to find the actual target, which is an odd implication, being that a bridesmaid basically meant you were an expendable body double, so thank you. The groom traditionally stands to the right of the bride in order to keep his right hand free to brandish a sword in case of attack during the ceremony. And this also means that the groomsmen are essentially nothing more than hired muscle. Today we will perform a few of the best parts of weddings from wedding ceremonies that Janette and Richard have picked. First we will do the bonds of marriage, the chalice ceremony, the blessing, the rings, and hand fasting, then the vows and the devotional. Before we proceed to the bonds, let me tell you a little bit about the couple through a series of embarrassing stories. Janette's close friends would be quick to speak of her generosity. No matter how much she may want it, she always makes sure you have the first pick of any ramen flavor of your choice. Certain to one day have her own periodical, in the opinion section of a world-famous newspaper. She spews her knowledge and experiences so that we can all learn from it. Very generous. Richard has an internal strength unlike most men. When he makes up his mind, it is made. Pay no mind to naysayers pointing out highway signs or very specific instructions from the GPS on your cell phone. Bah! Richard is a man who has everything under control. Richard might say that Janette likes to talk a lot when she drinks. Janette wouldn't exactly disagree. She'd just tell you that she likes the sound of her own voice. But it may take her an hour or so to do so. Janette would say that she likes Richard's butt, but not out loud. Too late. And now the bonds of marriage. Bonds, spelled B-A-N-N-S, are a public announcement that the marriage is going to take place between two specific people. The purpose of the bonds is to enable anyone to raise any legal objection under civil or canon law. In the actual ceremony, we have the dramatic immortal line given to us by Lord Hardwicke's Marriage Act of 1753. So without further ado, if anyone knows of any impediment why these two may not be lawfully joined in matrimony, confess it now. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Too late. Now at this point, there are several things that could take place. In a Confucian Tairi, we would bow and make symbolic gestures about 40 times. Catholics would give floral offerings to the Virgin Mary. Hindus would give invocations to the Lord Ganesh. In Russian weddings, the best man traditionally walks counterclockwise 3 times around the bridal partition, while other members of the bridal party crack whips, fire guns, and make as much noise as possible. And the best man kneels in front of the bride and scratches the ground with his knife. You brought an actual knife? Cursing anyone's spirit or otherwise who might wish harm upon her. Thank you for bringing the knife. Hey, we've decided to skip it. So, so here we can integrate a ritual common to many cultures where the bride and groom drink from the same cup. We have decided to use the champagne of beers, Miller High Life.
Red Solo Cup.
Red Solo Cup, yes. Good pickup. The Jewish Kaddish, the French Coupe de Mariage, I'm pronouncing that badly, I'm sure, or the Irish Toasting Cup. In Chinese weddings, the bride and groom drink from 2 cups tied together by red string or paper. All of these are meant to symbolize the new oneness of the couple, or at least that the couple is forever going to have to share each other's spit.
Guess yours too.
Sip.
Nice and warm.
During this, I will do the Catholic blessing.
You can do it, Janette. Come on.
Bottoms up.
Okay.
All right, I'll do the blessing while she's finishing.
Yeah.
Yay! This is Psalm 128. It's called the Beati Omine, which means the blessing of all kinds. For thou shalt eat the labor of thine hands, a well is thee, and happy shalt thou be. Thy wife shall be as fruitful as the vine upon the wall of thine house. Thy children like the olive branches round about thy table. The Lord from out of Sion shall bless thee, that thou shalt see prosperity in all thy life. Yea, that thou shalt see thy children's children, and peace upon the world. And at this point, we would read the Due Mistraio, Psalm 67, which literally means the scorn of the miserable poor. Then we would read Psalm 1862, 111 through 117. Then the entire Gospel of Matthew, Mark, Luke, and Duck. But we've decided to skip that. That's a movie reference. In all religious ceremonies, there is usually a symbolic exchange. No object better encompasses the union and devotion. Where is that?
He's still inside. Nobody called for him yet.
Oh.
Come on, Nick.
No objects better encompass the union and devotion of the couple than the rings. But first we're going to incorporate a... Go ahead.
Oh.
First we're going to... Okay, let's go ahead and do the rings first.
Yeah.
You have something on your shirt, Eric.
It's okay.
Okay, you need my hand first? Oh, and you need this hand. Yes, yes, you do. You have to kind of push it on there.
A belief which now dates back to the 3rd century BCE gives us the reason why we wear the rings on the 4th ring hand, or ring finger. Because there's said to be a vein which ran directly from that finger to the heart, the venia mori. And then we're going to incorporate a tradition started in Celtic ceremonies. Join hands. More than 2,300 years ago this started. It's also popular in Christian, Hindu, and Egyptian ceremonies. The practice of hand fasting. This is the origin of the term tying the knot. And now Richard and Jeanette will speak their vows that they wrote together. Jeanette, you start.
Okay. Richard, we've known each other for so long. Your heart has been aching, but you are too shy to say it. Inside, we both know what's going on. We know the game, and we're going to play it. And if you ask me how I'm feeling, don't tell me you're too blind to see.
Janette, we're no strangers to love. You know the rules, and so do I. A full commitment is what I'm thinking of. You wouldn't get this from any other guy. I just want to tell you how I'm feeling. Gotta make you understand. Never gonna give you up, never gonna let you down, never gonna run around and desert you, never gonna make you cry, never gonna say goodbye, never gonna tell a lie and hurt you. I hate you so much right now.
I got sparkles.
I know.
Thank you. Richard, wilt thou have this woman to be thy wedded wife, to live together in the estate of matrimony? Wilt thou love her, comfort her, honor, serve, and keep her in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep thee only unto her, so as long as ye both shall live?
I do.
Jeanette, wilt thou have this man to be thy wedded husband, to live together in the estate of matrimony? Wilt thou love him, comfort him, honor, serve, and keep him in sickness and in health, and forsaking all others, keep thee only unto him, so as long as you both shall live?
I do.
By the power vested in me, by the Pima County Municipal Court, and the state of Arizona, I now pronounce you man and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When you untie the knot?
Yeah, you just pulled that out of your back pocket, right?
At the honeymoon.
Threw it.
At the honeymoon?